So I guess I'm making this base tour thing, huh? Alright, so this is a multiplayer creative server that my friends and I are playing around on. This is my friend's modernist house. It's very nice. I could build something like that. So here's my little fishing cottage. I'm gonna add a chimney later. So you see, it's got solar panels and whatever, right? You open the door, you got furnace, paste amenities, jukebox with music discs included, shelf with more stuff, ender chest, large chest, wither flower because it looks nice, and a bunch of furnaces. And you have these things that turn on at night. Let's, bam. You're wondering what these floating lamps on the outside are for? That's for lighting up the roofs so no mobs spawn on there. Anyway, the trapdoor here is pretty nice. You know, you can go into the water. It's very nice underwater environment. Yeah. But everything changes when you hit the button. You hold shift, press the button. Nope. My house is in a slime chunk. My underground base is in a slime chunk. Don't mind it. So here's all the redstone that makes this stuff happen. So this button, I don't think I've fully decommissioned it. I think it still works. It was the mechanism was originally this button here. Yeah, you see it still works. It was originally a hidden button, and then I changed it to that button there. So there's a command block here, this one. It detects if that button in the base, or it detects if this button is pressed. And then it creates a redstone output that this comparator detects, puts it into this repeater and into this pulse extender. Invert redstone signal, here's just the flush 1x1 vertical piston trapdoor thing, whatever. Pretty basic design. And then you drop down here. Right here, this is to just, like, stop fall damage. You still take fall damage because of this shitty design, but hey-ho. Take, like, half a heart, it's fine. And then the slime block here, when you stand on this pressure plate, the slime block pushes you further. The pressure plate also activates this redstone here, which activates this flush piston door, which opens up a hole in the wall, as you can see here. And then this command block gives you regeneration to, you know, in case you took damage from that. Let's simulate. Let's see this in action again. Oops. I'm in creative mode, so yeah. See, it applies regeneration. We're in here. This is my little house here as well. Collect filter boxes. I made this interesting terracotta pattern here. Nice little enchanting station. Place to read the books. You might be wondering, hey, that's not enough. That's not enough bookshelves for level 30. Well, I'll tell you. Ta-da! This is a completely pointless circuit. You see this? It sends two redstone pulses. One of them, the first one makes like a wave effect, and the second one actually holds it. This not very complicated circuit is just timings. The redstone block there powers the lamps under the floors. We have this sugarcane farm here that looks pretty basic from the outside. Storage for the sugarcane. This is the storage for my smelting system. And these here are a bunch of toggle switches. This one's for the sugarcane farm because that's the only one that I've made so far. Oh, there it goes. These things are for the furnaces. If we go into spectator, you'll notice that I messed it up slightly. But it still works, so it doesn't matter. I built here some maintenance tunnels, in case something goes wrong, obviously. You can see that when the sugarcane gets pushed out, it drops into this water stream and then goes up here and into the chests. Pretty basic stuff. The door is open by default. I placed it so it's open. Anyway, this is the smelting system. This is a super smelter thing. So when the items travel down these hoppers, when this hopper here has something, this detects it, and it sends this, turns this redstone line off, which disables enables the hoppers down here, so the items get sucked in down to the furnace. It's smelted, and then these hoppers pull the items out of the furnaces. Obviously, this method has some flaws to it. Let's show you the internal workings of this, which is I don't know why I did it like this. So you throw in the items, they get sent into this water stream, sent up here, and then into the hoppers. Same goes with this one. Goes into the furnace, whatever, and then it goes into this, after it's smelted, it goes into this dropper, right? This dropper has a comparator coming out of it with this redstone torch, and it goes down here because everything's compact and I can't have redstone here in case the dropper drops it down. And there's a hopper here, so it can't go through there. There's a redstone torch here with a comparator. This is a repeater. This is a pulse clock, whatever you want to call it. And then here you just have the drop, and then finally the dropper automatically drops the items out into this water stream through here, through the floor. Actually, this is so you can see them going. I had to center this stream as well. Goes all the way down here, up, and then into these hoppers here. Pretty nice. And to continue on the sugarcane farm, this mess of redstone here. So as I said before, there's a toggle switch here. Right here. The toggle switch. You press the button, it pushes the observer out, makes this piston do a 1-tick pulse. And it pulls the redstone block up, turns the lamp on, and then turns this on. Which goes into this redstone torch tower. And then goes down. Yes, that's something we'll get to later. All the redstone goes down here, and then it pushes these blocks down. These blocks are what make this whole thing work. If these blocks are pulled up, then the farm just doesn't work. You can see observers running into this block of redstone dust. And then it activates the pistons. So be thinking, the great thing about this design is that it only activates individual pistons. So let's go and disable it. As we can see, the blocks have been retracted. And no matter what, even if these things grow to full height, it won't activate. And you can see I'm planting in some of the observers like this. Nothing's happening at all. So you're thinking, oh well, that's great and all. But when I reactivate it, how is it going to work? I'm going to have to manually remove all of these because the observer isn't going to detect anything different. They're not going to grow more or change at all. So that's where this observer here comes in. This observer detects when this form is turned on or off, sends a redstone pulse into these repeaters, which then pulse the pistons once, just to get rid of any stragglers that may be there. If I turn it on, bam. It just does that. It's pretty neat. And then yeah. The final piece of the space is this water elevator thing. This water elevator is 10,000 times more complicated than it needed to be. But that's the beauty of it, you know? It's amazing. So here. You'll see why I made it out of deep space. There's the house. And here's my friend's modernist house with the infinity pool. You'd be none the wiser. That you'd never know that there was something under here. So let me walk you through this one as well. Obviously some of the redstone is quite close to the surface, which is a problem. So anyway, that pressure plate down there activates this massive redstone column. There's a pulse extender down here as well. Activates this massive redstone column up here, and then it retracts this piston, which, you know, it opens up the gap that allows you to go through. And it could have ended there. It could have easily ended there. What I ended up doing was, when this piston is attracted, there's a dropper here, as you can see, with a bucket of water. There's a dispenser with a bucket of water, which is activated by this observer. So when I step on the pressure plate and this torch turns off, it detects that the redstone turns off. Now this sequence of repeaters here is to make it, you know, turn off slower. This is exactly the same kind of thing you'd see in a hidden crafting table thing set up, where like you pull the wall away and the crafting table pops out of the wall, and then it goes back in and then it pulls in. So if you know how to make one of those, you know what this is. This basically enables the dispenser to drop the water when the piston is retracted, and then pull the water back before the piston is extended again. This means that this bubble column goes all the way up here and then it shoots you out, as opposed to you just kind of floating there. And I think that's everything, really. It's a very nice underground base. There's lots more to add, as you can see by these many toggle switches here. But yeah, that's a tour of my base, and I'll just run through the whole thing. I'll just run through the whole opening and closing sequence one more time. Actually, no, I'll show you why I have regeneration on. It's not long enough. Oh well. And you'd never know there was something there.